don't allow that the looks of others and
Opinions.
opinion of others get you on your way.
Off from your way.
Off from your way. Just be who you are and really know who you are, and yeah. Like 1 year, a little bit more, I, as person with disability, with different abilities, rather said,
Yeah.
You have just different abilities.
Uh-huh.
And back then I had a personal assistant, which is still my friend from my childhood, and his full name is Radoslav, but all my life I called him Rade.
Ah.
Of course, I didn't know back then what that means, but all my life I was
Chanting Rada, Rada, Rada.
Exactly. And like a little bit more than 1 year ago, he got a job, and so he couldn't be anymore my personal assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And between all the people which I knew, the Virupa, the
She was the assistant of your sister, wasn't
yeah,
she? The
before
girlfriend of.
Before getting my assistant, she was assistant of my sister,
Which has the same illness, the same condition.
Exactly. And then somehow from all the possibilities which I had then, I somehow my mind or heart, whatever, tell me that she is the right one for that.
Being your assistant.
Exactly. And I think that's because she is a devotee, and we started to watch together online darshans, and
Online darshans of Swami Vishwananda.
Exactly, of Paramahamsa Vishwananda, and things were getting more and more interesting. And one of the things was when we met first time, so it was like 5-6 months ago, when you came, and I was telling you the story. Actually, it was just before you came that so this Brotherji didn't know that I changed my assistant.
Uh-huh.
And so he didn't know about Virupa, about that I'm knowing Paramahamsa Vishwananda, and he texted me with SMS that if I can anyhow to get in contact with the Guruji.
With Paramahamsa Vishwananda.
Exactly, and that he was at his feet, and that he experienced just pure unconditional love.
So this Brataji, your friend who brought you on the path,
exactly,
wrote to you and said you should get in touch with Paramahamsa Vishwananda, that he is pure love, and you were already in contact through Virupa.
Exactly, and that was, I just started to cry when I was reading this message. I just cried, and I immediately called Virupa, and back then they just wanted to go to Germany to the ashram. And she told me immediately, please, would you like to come with us? But of course, with the plan of the God, back then at the end it was unfortunately not possible, but okay, it's the plan of God, and let's respect that. And but then you came. Then you came here in Croatia, in Rijeka, and I told you this story. And you look at me and you ask me, is it that Roberto?
Yeah.
But I never, anyone told here his real name. And I remember my confusion, I was looking around, and you grab your phone and show me the picture. You if I remember correct, you initiated for the Kriya
Yeah,
few days,
perfect.
like for a few days before, and show me a picture together with him. And yeah, my mind was really melting. I was crying like a baby, and you were, I don't know what you were doing on the phone, but you turned the phone and you showed me he's calling you. And then we spoke on a video call and so on and so on. And yeah, it was one of many proofs really that that God had really planned for all of us, and that we just need to surrender ourselves.
And follow the flow.
Exactly.
Just for some who might listen, I was surprised myself because I met Roberto, this prodigy of him, this friend who brought him on the path many years back through an intuition, through a dream what he had, following this intuition, coming to Croatia, knocking at somebody's house, meeting Rolly, and knowing that that is the person he had to guide. I didn't know anything about this, and I just, like he said, met Roberto. He's a devotee from Switzerland, just a few weeks before in Germany, because he came to visit my Gurudev, Paramahamsa Vishwananda, and he learned Atmakriya Yoga. And I don't know why, but when I came here and Rolly told me the story and he said that there's a person who guided him so far, I was like, it just from within, there was like, is it Roberto? And I remember your look was like looking around like, who told you? I never told anybody.
Exactly, just like that.
It was really sweet. And it also was for me a proof again to see how God's plan is like so intertwined that we have no clue what's going on.
True. The world is just a stage.
The world is just a stage, exactly. And then since then, how did your path go from then onwards? I remember you wanted to learn Kriya, which we're gonna do this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the things which I'm really looking forward. Let's see what life will, what God will bring to us, and I'm really looking. Yes, definitely. There are many these nice moments, but really I'm also looking also for these other types which really shapes us, especially on the spiritual path, and definitely this body, even though it looks like really fragile and so on, really it gives me really, it's definitely one of best tools really to guide me and to teach me many things how to overcome and yeah.
With all the experiences you had in your life, with all the struggles and insights, what is by now the most important thing in your life? What is that which is like, holding you? Most important situation, person, environment, or what is your greatest treasure, which you would say?
It's at the moment, really, just right now, it's longing. It's really longing to first of all to realize and to experience this inquiry, who am I? Of course, on the path to knowing Him, knowing God, and definitely one of the points which I would like to, if it doesn't, if not, it's with reason, as everything, is to meet live Paramahamsa Vishwananda. Even though really this experience with just online darshans it's amazing. I can really feel this depth of energy. But yeah, let's see. There are, yeah.
I'm quite confident that you will meet him personally.
Let's see. Let's enjoy this journey
Yeah.
while yeah, waiting for that.
What does Paramahamsa Vishwananda for you represent? What is he for you? Would you consider him your Sadguru, your a teacher on your path, or is it like or does it look like everything in life has brought you actually to him?
Exactly. I think that actually what now get to my mind is that when the student is ready, the master will appear. So I think that in my case, it's like that. Everything in my life, which came to my life, it came to me. I was like mostly home, and actually this Brotherji, like Roberto, came to my door, and the thing with Guruji, with Paramahamsa Vishwananda, I think it's similar way, because at the moment he actually came because it's online darshan, and he is there, and but beyond that, really, I don't want to go, because the question with, of course, with your mind, I can get some thoughts, but really I don't want to involve any thoughts in making him like something or someone. I just continue with my practice and ask to who these thoughts arise, and I just keep repeating this self-inquiry, because I really believe and that he have a plan for sure, and that what it needs to be done, it will be done.
Very nice. Like, I know from your life that you're doing, or that as long as the possibility was, you did also a lot of different sports and like different things, which I think is really beautiful. That sometimes people think like somebody who has this condition or is in a wheelchair, that something is missing, like you're saying disability, but it's not a disability, it's actually having different abilities.
Exactly.
And I think that is something which the world needs a lot, this acceptance, this seeing the gifts, the blessings which God and life has bestowed upon us.
True.
That's why I really appreciate and see that in you, that you have really taken those things, and can see it in the shining in your eyes and how you take life. Is there anything you would like, if somebody who watches this, something which you would like to share as an inspiration, or a final thought which you would like to give to people for their life, for their spiritual path? Anything?
Oh yeah, any thought. Yeah, I can really tell that with my experience with this body, what I really was saying since many years ago, when I started to ask myself this question, really, that I am not my body. And I had really, back then, I had really many weird looks at me. How do you think you're not your body? And back recently, when I expand that knowledge, and when I started to speak about it, but you're not your thoughts. And then really people started to really watch me even
Thinking you're crazy.
Exactly, but really don't allow that the looks of others and
Opinions.
opinion of others change get you on your way,
Off from your way.
off from your way. Just be who you are and really know who you are, and yeah,
Keep inquiring.
exactly. Also, keep brainwashing. Brainwashing. Yeah, for one who doesn't know, it's like the brain is like a muscle. How you train it, that's how it is. So like bodybuilding, that definitely we need a good brainwashing by repeating and putting him back in a zero position, let's say. So yeah.
In a good state to become compete in goodness,
Sure.
to inquire who we are, to accept what life gives us,
Definitely.
and just go with the flow.
Just like this.
You are a living example for that, and
Thank you.
I pray that you meet Guruji physically. I'm looking forward that you learn at Makriya Yoga so that you can dive deeper into this love relationship within.
Thank you.
And yeah, I hope anybody who watches this takes some inspiration, and yeah, I hope we catch up some other time again.
For sure. I'm looking forward.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.